Hey guys, how's it going? I'm in the shop today. I brought the tractor in. It's kind of crummy outside, so I brought the tractor in to do a little maintenance on it. And I'm going to grease the fittings and check the air pressure in my tires and check the belt tension and do a few little things to it that I've neglected to do. And then I got to thinking maybe I should do a review for Kioti on this CK2610. Give them a little bit of love. This tractor has been a fantastic tractor. It's a 2017 model. It's I think a 26 horsepower tractor, and I got about 720 hours on it. And I've been rough on this tractor. There's no doubt about it. I've done things that I shouldn't have done with it, and it's held up. It's done everything I asked it to do without fail, and it's just been a rock. I've been so impressed with it, and I just wanted to share that. And I've done everything with this thing, from digging up stumps to pushing over wild cherry trees and getting them hung up on stumps, and busting up beaver dams, and we've even, I can't tell you how many septic tank lines that I've dug, or septic tank lids that I've dug up for people. And my cousin Chris, we put in new septic tank lines for him, so we dug up a 100-foot trench, 5 foot deep, and I did it with that little 12-inch bucket on my backhoe, and it does the job. You know, it's not a speed demon. It's a smaller tractor, so you have to. It has limitations, but it's definitely been pushed past those limitations. But the only issues that I've had with it that was not something that I caused was the front seals on the axle. They leak. It's I think it's a design with all these type of four-wheel drive tractors, that dirt gets up in the where the front wheels pivot, and it just eats the seals up and they leak. And I have replaced the seal on the other side, but you can see that dirt gets in here and eats away at the seal, and this one's already starting to leak, so I need to replace that one. But I have replaced the one on the other side. My dad and I did that about 2 years ago, and it's still holding up fine. It wasn't that bad of a job. The seal was like about $40, and it took us a couple hours to put it on. As I mentioned, this CK2610, it's made by, the Kioti is actually made by Daedong, which is a South Korean company. And all these small diesel engines are made in Korea. Not all of them, but most of them. Some of them's made in India. Daedong, they actually make diesel engines for Bobcats and as well as Kioti tractors. And but anyway, this tractor I bought with the front end loader and the backhoe attachment, and you can see where the frame comes up under the frame of the backhoe comes under the frame of the tractor and mounts in the bracket there, and then mounts back here. So it's a solid mount, solid frame mount, so you don't have to worry about busting out the housing on the back of the tractor or anything. And got the dual remote hydraulics on it. And I actually had the backhoe break on me, and I'm pretty sure that was my fault for digging up stumps that I shouldn't have been digging up and moving them around, and just the fatigue over the last 8 years. But I welded it back together. I put a little bit of reinforcement on it, and it seems to be holding up fine. So like I said, I had the the front end loader on it. One thing I do wish I had was a grapple, but I just haven't found one that I'm willing to pull the trigger on yet. With the logs, loading the logs on the sawmill and stuff, I think that'd be a great addition. It'll be a little bit easier controlling the logs. The forks on the bucket works pretty good, but that setup's worked great so I just hadn't pulled the trigger on it. One of the things that I did that I mentioned that was my fault was when I was dumping the bucket. One time I had some water in it and I was dumping it out while I was going down a trail, and the forks dug into the ground and actually blew this hydraulic line right here out, and so I had to replace that, but that was my fault. Another issue that I had was the gear shift lever broke. And there again, that was my fault. I had shorts on. I got off of the tractor. My shorts went over this knob. I fell down. Was kind of hanging there for a while till the gear shift lever broke. I ended up welding that back together, but eventually it wore out. I had to let a friend actually borrow it, and it came out with him. So we put another one on it, and it's been doing fine ever since. So there again, that was my fault. I think, as I mentioned, I got about 720 hours on it. I don't know if you can see that. But it runs great, fires up, and when it's cold, no issues. I keep the oil change. I change it every season because I don't quite make the interval, but I go ahead and change it every season anyway. But as I mentioned, the whole tractor is metal. That's one thing that I liked about it versus the Kubotas or the John Deeres. This is actually a little bit heavier tractor because it has the cast gears in the back instead of aluminum gears. I think John Deere and Kubota went with the trend of trying to make them a little bit lighter so you could pull them with half-ton trucks. I like the weight. I like the metal. Making it heavier. It seems to work better with when you're pulling plows and stuff like that. And when you're running the bush hog and you get in some high grass, it doesn't shake the tractor as bad. That was something else I noted. I've had Kubotas and I've had John Deeres. They're great tractors. That I'm telling you, I prefer. This is just, to me, it's just more solid of a tractor. I wasn't sure how the quality was going to be, but I can definitely speak to that now. The quality's been fantastic. A couple other things that I wanted to mention was this seat here. I actually was burning some brush, and it burned a hole in my seat, and it just kind of cracked. That was my fault too, but I know Kioti switched to a better seat. Mark's seat, his is a 2021, I think. His seat is a little nicer, a little more robust, it seems like, than the current seat on here. Which, I mean, it's fine, everything's fine. It's just, like I said, that was my fault with the ember dropping on the seat and putting a hole in it. So I had a friend who has the 35 horsepower, and my stepdad also has a 35 horsepower hydrostatic, and those are fantastic tractors. The hydrostatic is great, but with the 2610 model, I didn't feel like the hydrostatic had enough horsepower for that size tractor. It just seemed to lug, especially when you were pulling like a plow or something. It didn't seem like it had enough power to run it. So I think the gear drive on the 2610 is the way to go. That's Mark. He did the same thing. He purchased this exact same tractor. I'll even put up the video of us drag racing down the road. They're actually the same speed. I just got them on the jump, so I never was able to pull away, and he never was able to catch up. But that was a fun day. But my point is, they make this horsepower. They make this tractor in this size. They make 3 different horsepowers: the 26, the 35, and the 42. And the 42 and the 35 is fine with the hydrostatic. I just don't recommend it in the smaller tractor. It's just a bit underpowered to me. But with that being said, the 35 and the 42 horsepower, you have to, it's a jump up in price because of the DEF fluid. You have to have all the emissions for the diesel on it, which you don't have to on this size tractor. So it kept the price down too. But anyway, I'll keep this short and wrap it up. But I just wanted to mention that one of the reasons that I bought this tractor was because I had 2 dealers in my area that was within 30 minutes of me in either direction. So I wasn't worried about getting parts or any attachments or anything. They're both still in business. Kioti's been around since 1986, and I'm thinking their headquarters is in Wendell, North Carolina, and they done ships them to Kioti, and they put them together there. Sometimes they send them to the dealers to put together, but anyway, I've been real happy with it. The only parts I've had to buy has been the seals. I got those the next day, and so I just wanted to mention that if you're considering a Kioti and you're not sure because you think you should stick with the John Deere or the Kubota, I think you could save yourself a little money and you're going to get just as good a quality, in my opinion. I've had Kubotas, I've had John Deeres, and they're great tractors. I love them. I love tractors in general, but for this price range and for this size, it's hard to beat this Kioti 2610. It's a workhorse. It's a rock. It's never hesitated. I've had to replace the battery once, and it's 8 years old. It's 8 years old, so it was due. But anyway, I'll wrap it up. I just wanted to give Kioti a little bit of love, and if you got any questions, reach out to me. And thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.
Right. Okay.